What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream is like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome everybody, it's Pop-Up Friday. My name is Brad Bernstein. I gotta fix my collar here. And I gotta say hello to Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
What's up?
And on Pop-Up Friday, we just, whenever we feel like doing a show, that's when we do it.
Yeah.
We pop up, right? Like a pop-up store.
Right.
That's right.
Like a pop-up store. So Jonathan said, what time are we doing it today? I said, Jonathan, it's all you. Whenever you want to do it. Whenever you want to do it. He said...
And I picked 3:55
He
p.m.
said 3:55 p.m.
Is that what you picked
He
up?
actually,
Exactly.
no. He actually picked 3:45. But on Bradshaw Live Time, it's 3:55. And we have to say hello to Abigail Absalom and Shady George, Jay Clark, Flory McLeod. How are you? Joan Grant, Sweet X Theorist. I haven't seen her in a while, right? Mia Montauk, how are you? Ma Dukes, Tamika Nelson, Angela Barrett, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, popping in as well.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, Ja Love, Carol, the Top Cat Tigers 2, Anderson popping on both.
Hey.
It's Pop-Up Friday. She's
That's
popping
right.
on both.
I like
Deion
that.
Watson, Ja Love, Clive, Tate, Novalette, Wedderburn. I met Tate.
Did you?
Yes, just the other day. Just happened to be, just bumped into her.
Just bumped into
When?
her?
Just bumped into her.
That's so nice.
Randomness. And Scarlet Knight, how are you? Lola.
Oh,
Lola. Was she a showgirl, though?
I don't know.
That's the real question here, Lola.
Lisa Bling's birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa Bling.
That's right.
And May Mackey. By the way, Lisa Bling said on Facebook, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
And I donated. That don't get carried away that I'm going to donate to everybody's charity because, I just happened to see it. I thought it was nice. That she said in lieu of gifts on Facebook, she doesn't want any gifts. Please donate to St. Jude's Hospital.
Oh,
so
nice.
I saw that on Facebook, so I gave a small donation. I thought it was very nice.
That is such a nice
Yeah.
feature that Facebook does. Like,
Yeah.
just a couple weeks before your birthday, they're always like, hey, instead of doing like a present thing, do you want to set up for a
That's
charity?
awesome.
I think that's
That's
awesome.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
I have not done it.
Kim wants the presents and the adulation.
No, honestly.
Right, she's like, screw the sick children. I want my presents.
I'm the weirdest person.
Kim.
No, I don't like children. I want all those new iPhones.
Yes.
This is Trunchbull.
Right.
That's right. You're going to be the chokey with me while I eat the chocolate.
Kim's like, where's my Apple gift card? Forget that St. Jude's Hospital.
Exactly. I need to buy all those new cool tunes, Brad.
Yeah, tunes with a Z.
Right.
But,
Cool.
By the way, I maybe we should put up the Brad Show live theme on like Spotify or something. Maybe somebody wants to download it. What do
You never
think?
know.
I mean, we keep it all to ourselves.
We could literally, we could close up shop right now
think?
and just
Work out with it.
live off the royalties of Brad Show Live.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine people are, like cruising down the street with like their windows open? Da da.
I would feel good. I would feel real good.
All right. Well, this is Pop-Up Friday. Pop-Up Friday means we just pop up whenever we feel like it. We do a shortened show because it is Friday. Everybody wants to go away for the weekend. Belgium Kim, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Please tell everybody what to do quickly because it's Pop-Up Friday. We're only going to be on the air for a short period of time. We're only going to take a limited number of calls. We're going to try to do as much social media as we can. All the social media questions that were asked during the week, we're going to try to get as many as we can in. Belgium Kim told me over 500 questions.
Yes.
I don't know how we're going to do that, but we will try our best.
Right.
And also, I asked Belgium Kim and Jonathan to say this, but we are, as of this morning, I didn't look since, but as of this morning on YouTube, we are approximately 160 subscribers away from 10,000.
That's awesome.
Now, we only started going on YouTube Live towards the end of August last year, so we're about 11 months into going live on YouTube.
Yeah.
We basically started with nobody, and we're at about 10,000 subscribers now, all organic, just from people sharing and telling their friends. And we're now getting approximately 50, 60 new subscribers every day. What we would like to see on Monday, because on Monday I'd like to have a big celebration on our show.
Wow.
Okay? If we can do it, if we can get 160 more subscribers between now and Monday, we're going to have a big celebration with the Brad Squad on our show. Because once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I've been told, not by YouTube, but just by word of mouth, that YouTube thinks it's a big deal.
That is.
Right.
That YouTube thinks it's a big deal.
It is.
So Belgium, Kim, Jonathan, let's tell everybody what they need to do, please.
All right, quickly, everybody on YouTube and on Facebook, I need you guys to join the Brad Squad group on Facebook right now. We will put the link in the comments right now, and all you have to do is click it and click join. That's it. All right, now on Facebook, I need everybody to share. This is a pop-up, so a lot of people don't know that we're on right now, but if you share and somebody just happens to see it pop up on your timeline, then they will join. So what you have to do is click that little arrow that says share and share it to anybody's page, share it into groups, and most importantly, let's share it in an inbox. We also want you guys to interact, so put in all your social media questions right now in the comment section, even though we're going to be answering a lot of the old ones, but we also will answer the new ones that you're putting in right now. Also, like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face, mad face, whatever you're feeling, make sure you show us that love right there, and make sure you also hit that little notification button so you can find out when we do pop up on Fridays. And Kimmy, what are we going to do on YouTube?
On YouTube, the first thing that you guys are going to do for us is hit that beautiful bright red subscribe button and then hit that little bell right beside it, because that's what's going to tell you that every time we go live, and you know it's not always at the same time, because today is Pop-Up Friday and we popped up super early. Some days we pop up a little late. Also, make sure.
Did you say super early again? I liked how you said that.
I did.
Super early. Super early.
We are super early today, but we are not always. So make sure that you've hit that little bell to make sure you get that notification. Tell us everything you think and feel in the comments, because we like to play around with you guys. And of course, hit that share button. It's the nicest, best thing that you can do for us, because right now you got to share the show. Hit copy link, send it to all of your people, and you know what you need to tell them to do? Not just watch the show, tell them to subscribe, because we are just 165 people away from 10,000 subscribers. So we want a 10,000 strong Brad Squad army. Let's make it happen this weekend, fam. And now is the time. It's all about the mini schmoozing with Brad.
Mini schmoozing.
The mini schmoozing.
Mini.
The mini schmoozing. Don't expect any real news from this today, family.
So today is Pumpkin Free Friday.
Right,
It's Pumpkin Free Friday.
Absolutely.
And I have pared down the 71 top news stories to the 3 silliest ones I found on the week. All right, so I have in my hand here, Belgium Kim.
Yes.
The 3 silliest stories of the week.
Silly as
Oh,
can be.
And by the way, we have a second birthday.
Do we?
Yes, Jilly, who was it again? It was Jay-Z. Karina's birthday is JB. JB Karina's birthday too, so happy
Nice.
birthday as well to JB. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but in Georgia, a mom by the name of Kensley Davis, she went to the Dairy Queen, which, by the way, I love.
Right.
Dairy Queen, one of my favorite.
Oh, yeah?
You know, the soft serve with the chocolate,
Yeah.
you know, they put the
Ooh,
The hard dip.
hard dip.
I love that
Ooh,
hard
love
dip.
it.
Ooh,
Love
yum,
the
yum,
hard
They
dip.
don't have Dairy Queens in New York. There's not many.
There's not
You got
many.
you got
There's
to
not
you
a
got to
lot.
search far and wide
Right.
for a soft serve with a chocolate hard, you know, coating. I don't know what you call it.
Well, Mr. Softy would be really your only bet instead of a Dairy Queen situation.
but De Blasio impounded 2,000 ice cream trucks.
He did. He's not about that ice cream truck life.
So we don't have that. But meanwhile, this woman in Georgia, Kensley Davis. You know who Moana is?
Yes.
The Disney character Moana. Okay, that's a new Disney film. Where I'm not. My kids, when it was. We were just when Frozen came out. My kids were like, "All right, it's enough with the Disney."
Okay.
So we were more like Aladdin.
You the classics.
Yeah, that's not a classic. Like, that was like 18, 20 years ago. No?
Aladdin is
Aladdin is like 95.
That's a classic.
Like
it's classic.
Yeah.
That's one of the classic Disney's.
That's not classic Disney. I was already an adult at that
Aladdin
point.
isn't a classic.
No, classic Disney's like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Sorry,
That's
man. Also,
one of the classics.
But Aladdin is up. I was an adult. It's not a classic if it came out when I was an adult.
It's a classic if the girl is a princess and Jasmine is a damn Disney princess. So it's a classic.
So anyway, Moana will be another classic in 25 years.
I want to know what the Brad Squad feels. Do you feel like Aladdin is a classic or not?
Or is that new Disney?
It's like new Disney.
Is it classic Disney or new Disney?
It's new Disney.
Listen, if it came out in VHS and it has a plastic cover, that's a classic.
I agree.
No. A classic is when you have like a reel and you can pull out all of the film.
You can do that with
Aladdin. Pull out all of, but it's on a circle thing, and you can pull it out and you stick it on a projection thing, and you put it up on the wall, and then there's little Mickey Mouse going around, and Donald Duck, Mickey. Those are classics.
This is
but that's a different Disney universe.
Aladdin is a classic.
That's a completely different. Mickey and the Disney princesses are both Disney, but they live in a different Disney universe.
Correct. But princesses is more modern.
That's all new.
But that classic to me is old.
So you're talking about all the Cinderellas, the Sleeping Beauties, the Snow Whites.
That's the classics.
The 40s, 50s.
That's the classics before I was born.
The ones that
not when I was an adult.
The south of the border.
The ones where all the princesses look alike.
Now I'm talking to the millennials here. Okay, I'm not talking about whether it was politically correct. I'm just talking about. You were just talking about what are the classic Disney ones.
See, I don't feel like Princess and the Frog is a classic.
That's a new one.
You know, and even though that's a Princess, see now that's not a classic. That's new Disney. Princess and the Frog.
I don't even know that one.
Oh,
really?
Is Frozen a classic?
No.
Frozen is not a classic.
No. Any CGI or any computer graphic Disney movie is not a classic for sure.
And Princess and the Frog was
is
the last hand-drawn one. No.
It's not classic.
It's also not Disney.
I thought that's classic. Oh, that's Pixar. Okay, never mind. Okay, because I was on the Toy Story ride at Disney, so I thought it was Disney. I was thinking of
because now it's Disney Pixar. But when Toy Story first came out, it was just Pixar.
You are really on top of this.
Oh yeah.
Aladdin is classic.
So any event, Moana.
Yeah.
Which is not a classic.
We can all agree to that.
Not a classic. All right. Kensley Davis, the mom. She went into the Dairy Queen because her daughter loves Moana.
Right.
And it was her daughter's birthday, and she wanted to get a birthday cake with the Polynesian princess, Moana.
Okay.
But the 25-year-old lady behind the counter, the millennial lady behind the counter, had no idea who Moana was.
Wow.
But she certainly knows what marijuana is.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And she said, "You sure you want a birthday cake with Moana?" And the mother said, "Yes, with Moana." And she said, "You sure?" She says, "Yes." She goes, "I don't know if that's really right."
That's a gorgeous cake.
So they made this gorgeous cake, but instead of putting the Polynesian princess, they put a big, do we have a picture? They put a big marijuana leaf. They put a big marijuana leaf on the with the My Little Pony. Okay, so it was My Little Pony and a marijuana leaf instead of Moana.
Where did My Little Pony even come from?
Now the daughter, is the daughter 25 years old, or the daughter was a Oh, she is 25 years old.
That's the thing, is like, I don't
Okay, so the daughter was 25.
And if you're 25 years old, of course you're going to get a marijuana
so why
cake
would you
instead
get,
of a Moana.
why would you get your daughter a princess cake at 25?
She loves Moana.
Okay.
Kensley loves Moana.
But the woman behind the counter thought she loved marijuana.
Right.
And I'm on the counters, the woman behind the counters side on this.
I agree.
So meanwhile, unfortunately, the baker at Dairy Queen, Cassandra Walker, she was fired.
That is so effed
yes.
up.
And there were more than 13,000 reactions and 14,000 shares to this cake that went viral on Facebook. It said, my mama called and ordered me a cake telling them how much I love Moana.
Right.
Because really I do.
I really do.
Well, I really do. Well, needless to say, these people thought she said marijuana, and the ice cream cake was still good, though. And so Kensley thought it was funny.
Love the cake.
Right, but
Thought it was
Dairy
funny.
Queen didn't think it was that funny. Now, after Cassandra Walker, the baker, was fired, Dairy Queen said, wait a second, maybe we shouldn't have fired her, and offered her a job back, and
she denied?
She denied. She says, you know what? Screw you, Dairy Queen.
Good.
I don't want to come back. Now, the birthday girl made it even on to CNN.
Oh.
And she told CNN anchor the whole family thought it was the funniest thing ever and said it would definitely be a birthday to remember.
That's a good way to bring in your quarter century.
Yeah. Not leaving the beautiful peach state of Georgia. Isn't Georgia the peach state, right?
Yes.
It is.
A driver stopped on the Atlanta State Highway. Drivers, an armored car full of cash.
Oh, I saw
Okay,
that.
this is right out of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the back door opened up.
Sheesh.
And all the cash started flying out of the back of the armored car.
It was Robin Hood
on
from the
Interstate 285. While the truck was making it rain money, drivers were pulling out and literally grabbing the cash. The armored truck said that more than $175,000 in cash went flying out onto Interstate 285. Now the drivers when they got out, they started shooting videos of their cars, trucks pulling over, people jumping out. It was like a huge, huge party. Now, what happened though is so many people took videos and posted it that the police, you think the police, are dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Right.
So,
they got all their license plates.
So we have video. Let's watch the video first. So here's the people running on the street, grabbing the cash.
Okay.
All right, it's flying all over the place. All right. And look at how many people stopped and grabbing the cash.
Listen,
right?
I would have been there doing the same damn thing.
So this was in Dunwoody, Georgia, and Sergeant Robert Parsons, a spokesman for the Dunwoody Police Department, says that we have plenty of social media videos, some of which seems to have tag numbers to follow up on, but we really want people to come in, turn in the money, and go about their life without worrying about whether the Dunwoody Police Department's going to come knock on your door and say, we have video of you picking up cash that it was basically stolen. Now, for the following day, 6 people came forward and returned $4,400 out of the $175,000. There's still
how much?
$4,400 out of the $175,000.
That's a lot.
Now, the day after the incident, they didn't return much.
No,
$4,400 out of $175,000.
That's a lot more than I thought that people would turn back.
Nothing. That's nothing.
Listen, I'm surprised anybody even turned anything in Georgia.
Why in Georgia? Anywhere.
Listen.
Okay. Now, the day after the incident, police continued to receive reports of cars blocking the roadway as drivers were hoping to find more missing cash. It was like a gold rush out there on the Interstate 285. The police say we have received reports off and on all day about cars blocking the roadway, searching for money in between the roadway, in the dirt,
I'm sure a lot of it
cement.
flew around and stuff too.
And the police wrote, "There's no more money. Stop." There's no more money. Stop. Now,
listen,
they don't know that though.
Right, because you would have seen your boy on that side of the road still looking.
Just
days after.
Would you have gone back?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I almost want to go now.
And lastly, you may remember we talked about it earlier in the week. I think we talked about it on Monday. Chris Morgan, he was the guy who went crazy in the bagel store, and he got tackled. Do we have that video? Do we have that video, Jill? We can remind people or no? Okay, let's watch. So he's screaming and yelling.
We have the audio, I think.
So this guy came in. If you remember, this guy came in. He was really angry because he was getting shut out of Tinder dates.
Right.
So every time he swiped right and had a Tinder date, they would say, "How tall are you?" And he said, 5 feet tall. And then nobody would go out with the guy. So after he went in, he was so angry after being rejected on Tinder. He went in, some people like to drink, he went in to say, God damn it, I'm just going to carb up. And I'm going to get some big bagels, and I'm going to scream and yell at everybody. And eventually he became famous from this.
Which is crazy.
He's gotten a lot of dates. And not only that now, but he has now signed a deal to fight in a boxing match.
I can't.
In a viral celebrity knockdown. And what they're saying is that there is going to be a possibility, there are in-contract talks right now. Do you remember Antoine Dodson?
Yes.
Okay, Antoine Dodson may be fighting Chris Morgan, the bagel guy.
Did he agree to it?
Well, he has not agreed to it yet, but the promoter says that they are in contract negotiations. Antoine Dodson was the guy with the burglary.
Yeah.
Right?
Hide your kids.
What did he say?
We have it. Hold on. That's it. I think we have it.
We have it? Let's see.
I think we have it.
Maybe we do. What did he say? I forgot what he said. It was a while back.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Because they up out here raping everybody.
Right.
I guess we don't have it. But that was, we have it. Okay, we have it.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Unbelievable.
I'm laughing that they're raping everybody out here. But so, Antoine Dodson, they're raping everybody out here guy, is going to be fighting Chris Morgan, the bagel
That's a
boss.
mess.
That's an absolute mess. But I'm going to tell you something. For the right price, I may pay to watch it.
Really?
Oh yeah, like I wouldn't pay like I wouldn't pay like I wouldn't pay like $29 or $39 to watch it, but for like you know
$10?
what, $10, I'd watch it
I've
for
got to
$10.
be real. As the man who was on his way to go see Stuber earlier this week, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
For $10, I'd watch it. That's right. And Julie says she would for $10 she would watch it too. Oh yes.
No, do not put money in this man's pocket.
So like I mean it's not. I mean,
Why are you so against the short man?
I'm sorry. So you get to be an asshole and misogynist?
By the way, I don't think that Antoine Dodson looks like a very tough guy. I think he's gonna get his ass kicked by that little short guy. Looked like he's just gonna jump on top of him. You know, like a little, like you see those movies where like some guys like in the jungle and some like this little monkey jumps on him and he kicks him off.
Like a little spider monkey. You think the bagel guy's gonna be like a little spider monkey?
Like a little spider monkey jumping all over the guy. You know.
I feel like Antoine Dodson could really scrap.
Right.
Like I feel like Antoine Dodson would like pull your hair.
He's a country
and
hood.
bite your ear.
He's not like Compton hood. He's like
he's the country.
No,
hood.
he's country hood. They scrap.
Yeah.
We scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he would have. You seen how Lil Man got Debo'd to the ground?
But Little Man got pummeled by a guy who was like 6'7", like a football player.
Right.
Listen, size doesn't really matter. I've seen people that were small whoop on some tall, big people.
All right. So here he is, the bagel. Oh, we just saw the bagel guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and if we can go back and see Antoine Dodson.
Listen, he got his little bandana.
He's climbing in your windows.
Yeah, look
He's
at him.
already ready.
He's about to scrap.
Hide your kids,
He's about to scrap.
hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Yeah.
He's the type that will come out
ready.
with Vaseline all over the face, like just ready.
Real slick.
Yeah,
Be like,
this spider monkey ain't touching me, right?
100% what would happen.
I'm telling you, the more I think about it, now that I'm thinking about it, I may even pay $20 to watch that.
Man, I thought you were going to change your name
Right.
to Antoine.
No. I'm thinking now it's even worth more. As I'm thinking about it.
Damn, Brad is about to buy stock. He's
Yes.
going to become an organizer for this fight.
All right, so this is Pop-Up Friday. We're here to have a good time. We're also going to try to help you with your immigration questions. Belgium, Kim, Jonathan, Yo-Yo, Ellis, quickly tell everybody what they need to do one more time while I stretch and get ready to answer some immigration questions, and we're going to try to get through as many social media questions as we can that were left over from the week.
We sure are. On Facebook, the first thing that you guys need to do is make sure, if you haven't done so, everywhere around the world, join the Brad Squad. Just search Brad Show Live Brad Squad or click the link that we're going to be leaving in the comments right this second. And that's how you join. Yo-Yo and I are on standby, ready to accept your join request. Also, make sure that you have liked our Brad Show Live official page and make sure that you hit that little bell so that you know we're actually live at the time. Leave all your thoughts and feelings in the comments because we're going to interact, and Yo-Yo and I will keep talking to you throughout the show. You know we like to know what's going on. Happy birthday, Lisa Bling. We wouldn't know if she hadn't told us in the comments.
Right.
Also, make sure that you are sharing the show. It's the easiest, best thing you can do for us. Make sure to hit share, slide up in some DMs to whoever you want. It's Friday, so it can be a dual purpose like, hey, watch Bradshaw Live, and also, what you doing this weekend? Make it happen right this second, fam. And start a watch party. It'll send a notification out to all of your people at once saying you're watching it right this second. Yesterday, Belgium Mom started a watch party. Be as cool as Belgium Mom and start a watch party right now. Yo-Yo on YouTube, what do they do?
On YouTube, you guys, first and not last, but first, subscribe. And what I want you guys to do right now, because remember, we are 160 away from 10,000, so I want you guys to bring in at least 3 each. Everybody who subscribed today, right now, and this whole week, I want you guys to bring 3 people to subscribe. Let's get there. It takes a village, and we are doing this together. So thank you so much about all of that. Now, also, we definitely want you guys to please share. So how you share is copy the link and send it to any of your social media platforms. But most importantly, we want you guys to put it in a WhatsApp group or even a text message blast. You guys can create a group of friends and family that you think might benefit from this show and send it to them easily. All right, we definitely want you guys to also interact and put in your social media questions right now. I saw a lot of social media questions already today, and we're going to answer all of those today just for you guys for our pop-up. All right, don't forget to please click the little bell so you can get notified whenever we're popping up every Friday. You know, just never know what time. And I'm so happy Brad didn't tell you what time yesterday, and I think that was a good thing because it kept you guys on your toes. So make sure you guys hit that little bell for the notification. All right, and last but not least, I need everybody to press the thumbs up. That helps. That just helps with good looks. Like, everybody will look at the videos after this is live, and they're gonna be like, oh wow, it's got 69 thumbs ups. That helps a lot.
Yeah, everybody loves seeing 69 thumbs
Listen,
up.
that was the first.
69.
That was the first number. That was the first.
This is not Wednesday, Yo-Yo.
Hey.
Why is that the number you're coming up with, 69?
And what on earth can you do with 69 thumbs up?
The weekend is
Yeah,
here.
what are you going to do with 69 thumbs there, Yo-Yo?
The weekend is here, okay? So now this is what you guys have all been waiting for. This is the next segment when you guys call in and Brad answers your questions with getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, so we're going to take a few questions. This is pop-up, so we can't do as many as we normally do, but we're going to speak to Flo. Flo, how are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
What's
and
going
you?
on? I'm good. What's going on?
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
I filed for my daughter, and it was approved from the 19th of 2014.
Right.
And oh no, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Could you
expand on this?
give me a little
Yes.
heads up on that?
Sure. Now, are you a citizen or a resident?
Yes, I am a citizen.
Okay. Your daughter is living where?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica. And how old is your daughter?
My daughter, the 27th of February gone, she was 30.
Okay. And she's single?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So right now, people who filed for their unmarried children over the age of 21 on July 1st, 2012, people meaning U.S. citizens, those children are getting green cards. You filed in 2014, which means your daughter is about 2 years away from getting her green card, and you're about a year and change away from hearing from the National Visa Center.
Okay.
All right, so just hang in there. You're almost there.
Okay,
All right?
thank you so
You're
very much.
welcome. You're very welcome. Hang in.
Okay, have a blessed day.
You too. Have a great weekend. All right, let's go to Elijah in Brooklyn. Elijah.
Hello.
How you doing, Elijah?
I'm fine. Thank you for picking my call.
My pleasure.
I have a question. It's a bit long. Me and my wife got married in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Then after we got married, I got my work authorization. Then I got a job in the DMV area. Then I invited my wife over from Texas over with me. But
Here is Brooklyn?
unfortunately, she had yes,
Okay.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what?
Yeah, unfortunately, she had a mental issue. She had a mental issue, so we had to tell her to. She had to go back to Texas because of the mental issue. Then after that, because of
1 second. Why is Texas? She can be treated for a mental issue, but she can't be treated for a mental issue.
Because the time we got married together, we never found out that. I never knew that she had a mental issue. She never.
So you just didn't want to live with her anymore?
No, I wanted to live with her, but I felt like maybe it was because of the location change.
Okay.
So
All right. So did you get your green card?
No. So what happened was that before that, so after we went for an interview, that was in 2017. We did the interview. We're not able to show enough documents. Then what happened was that we didn't get any.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on your side, but this is what I'm hearing. Okay. You got married in Texas. You got a better job in New York. Your wife came to New York. She had New York stressed her out. She wanted to go back to a quieter life in Texas. You decided to stay in New York. That's not a marriage that immigration's going to approve.
Yeah, they denied the case.
Of course they're going to deny it. It's not a marriage. Because if you really loved her and she really loved you, you would have stayed. She would have stayed in New York and dealt, or you would have moved back to Texas and say, "Baby, I don't want you to suffer. I want to be with you. I'll find a job in Texas." But you stayed in New York. She stayed. She went back to Texas. It's not a marriage they're going to approve.
Yeah. So I mean, because we were already initially planning of coming back to. She was planning back to come together because she has not had that mental issue anymore. But unfortunately, she passed away earlier last year. I don't know. What's it?
How'd she pass away?
She was on a bicycle, so she got hit by a car.
She got hit by a car on a bicycle? Oh boy, it's terrible. You're gonna you can file a widow petition, but they already interviewed you and determined it wasn't a bona fide marriage. And you already told me you weren't living together. And that wouldn't get approved. You got to figure out another way.
But we initially lived together before she went back.
But Elijah, come on, give me a break. I mean, I feel bad for what happened, okay? But if you are an immigration officer, okay, and you say, okay, this couple, I gotta approve a marriage where a couple lives together and they got married for love, and they really care about each other, and they have a financial relationship with each other, and you get married in Texas, and then they move to New York, and then the wife moves back to Texas for whatever reason, whether she didn't like the weather, she didn't like to look out onto cement, a mental issue, it doesn't matter why, she moved back, and you stayed here in New York. That's not a marriage. Immigration's going to ever approve. And then you went in for an interview, and they said you're living apart. You have no proof that you live together. They denied you. And then maybe you were going to get back together with your spouse, but unfortunately she passed in a freak accident, which is terrible. But I don't know how you're going to prove that it was ever a real marriage.
Well, I have a lease that shows that we both stayed together.
Then file it. Then file it. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Okay? File it. Call me back and tell me I'm wrong. Hold on. All right? I don't know. But he has a lease.
Do not call me back and tell me I'm wrong.
I know he's not, because I know he's not going to. I know he's not going to be able to. I took it on a very I know that's not going to happen.
You do?
They already interviewed them and determined it wasn't a real marriage. But I have a lease.
Here's what I don't understand is he was giving you his whole story, and then you were like, I know what's going to happen. And then he was like, this happened. And you're like, right, exactly as I said. And then he's telling you, but now I want to do this. And you're telling him, well, here's what's going to happen again. Bro, he just showed you he knows the future. He did it once. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm real riled up today.
Will Elijah be calling me back with a green card through a widow petition? Concentrate and ask again, man. That's right. Will Elijah.
That's what it really said.
What? That's what it really said.
Concentrate and ask again. Damn.
Hard. Well, according to the Magic 8 Ball.
No way.
No way. All right, let's go. He's got to figure out another way. That's basically it. All right, let's go to Everell in Dallas. Everell.
Hello.
How are you?
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a question for my nephew and his wife. They're no H-2B work visa, and they want to find out how they can become a legal resident in the country.
They have to figure out how to get sponsored in a job, or get sponsored by a family member, or make an investment of $1 million, or there's 30 other ways to get a green card. But there's no such thing as, I have an H-2B visa, and this is the form you fill out, and boom, you get a green card. It doesn't work like that. So I would need to meet with them, see what they have going for them, and figure it out. Okay, that was one of those questions, is how do I get a green card? And that requires a consultation. So hold on one second. I'm happy to help. Just hold on. All right. Let's go to Alam in Brooklyn. Alam.
Hello?
How are you?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have a question. I win Asylum 2016. So after 1 year, I applied for. I filed I-485. So my.
This was after asylum. You said? Was this after you granted asylum?
Sorry.
Why were you filing an I-485? I missed the first part.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
You said you came in 2016 and you filed an I-485 in 2017.
No. Actually, I win asylum in 2016, okay?
That's what I just asked you. I said, you won asylum, and you said, what? Huh? So then I said, how did you do it? Now I got it. You won asylum in 2016. 1 year later, you filed for asylum in 2017. And continue now. I understand.
After 1 year, I file it.
Yes.
So it's been 2 years, so my I-485 is pending still. So my question is, as an asylum seeker, I cannot go to my country, but my fiancée lives in my country. So if I bring her to my next country, because I have a travel document, and if we get married there, so can I apply for her? If my I-485 is pending, or do I need to wait for the green card to come?
You would need to wait for the green card to come, because you could only apply for her if she was your wife when you got granted the asylum.
Okay, so if I'm newly married, then I have to.
You can marry her, but you would still have to wait for the green card, correct?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you then.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to Kanesha in Houston, Texas. Kanesha.
Hello,
Hi,
Brad.
Kanesha. How you doing?
I'm really good. Thank you for accepting my call.
Thank you. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. You sound like a lovely person.
Okay, I have several questions.
Yes.
Okay, I got married to a U.S. citizen, but he have a case. He got convicted.
Of what?
And
what do you get convicted of?
Sexual
assault of a minor?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay.
So now this is your continue. But you have an Adam Walsh waiver issue. Well, let's move on, and then we'll talk about that in a second. Then what?
I'm not hearing you. What you said?
I said you have an issue with him filing for you. You would need to file.
Yes,
okay.
because
has he filed for you?
Yes, he filed for me, and I got a paper from the USCIS saying that they approved. No, that they actually in review said they have received it.
All right. So this is the story. Okay.
Okay.
If you marry the only time a U.S. citizen can have trouble filing for a spouse for a green card is when that U.S. citizen was found guilty of sexual abuse of somebody under the age of 18, some sort of crime involving sex or rape or abuse of a minor under 18. And and there's a law, it's called the Adam Walsh law. And Adam Walsh was a little kid in New Jersey from, I don't know, however long ago, who unfortunately was Florida, who was unfortunately raped by or murdered, or I don't remember what happened with him, but the law is made after him. And what the law says is that if you marry somebody who's a U.S. citizen who was found guilty of sexual abuse of a minor or any abuse of a minor, you have to file what's called an Adam Walsh waiver. The U.S. citizen has to file it and prove to the satisfaction of the Immigration Service that you, Kanesha, because we're talking about your particular case, you are in no danger by living with this person. Now, the way the law is written to say that there is 0% chance that you will have any sort of issue living with this man who was found guilty previously of some sort of sexual abuse or abuse of a minor. It's there to protect you, but really what it does is it hinders you from getting a green card, because there is no way in the world that anyone can prove, even if you have a psychiatrist make a report, There's no way in the world that anyone can prove that beyond a reasonable doubt that there's no chance in the world that Kanesha would be in trouble at all living with this man. Okay? If you were married to me, there is no way that anybody could say, I mean, I'm a normal person, what would I do to you? But how could anybody say into the future that there's 0% chance that anything bad would happen by living with anybody? So it's very hard to get these Adam Walsh waivers. The ones that we've been successful with, ultimately we had to go into federal court, and Abadir would have to actually literally sue the government to get it approved. So you can, if you're in love with this man and he's paid his debt to society and he's a good man now, and I'm not passing judgment on him because I don't know him. You know him better than I do, obviously. If you know everything's fine and he's a good person and you're comfortable living with him,
yes,
then let's file that Adam Walsh waiver. And if the government chooses not to act on it, then we would have to go into federal court, which is most likely what would have to happen.
Okay.
All right.
One more thing. They had sent me like something that I need to get from the court.
Yes, you need more than that. You have to get his disposition to show what he was found guilty of.
Yes, they said
because that's the first right. That is the first step, because they got to determine whether what he pled guilty to falls under the Adam Walsh Act or not. And then if it does, then they're going to say you need a waiver. All of this, Kanesha, you're not going to figure out. You need a good lawyer. All right? So hold on one second, okay? All right. With that, Belgium Kim. Oh, I forgot. It's Pop-Up Friday. There's no script.
That's right.
None. I'm like looking to see what's next. There is no next.
Ain't no next.
There ain't no
decide.
next. By the way, everybody, we do have Instagram accounts, and the Best of Brad Show Live is shown every day. The best 2-3 minutes. No Name Cindy
That's right.
cuts up the Best of Brad Show Live on my Instagram account at Real Brad Bernstein. So if you follow me and you missed the show, you can see the Best of the Brad Show Live on my personal Instagram account at Real Brad Bernstein. And if you are a member of the Brad Squad, and I know who you are, and I know who most of the members of the Brad Squad are, you can introduce yourself to me in my DMs, and I'm happy to answer your questions. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live as well.
Yes.
Where you get to see everything from our show, and that is blowing up. Blowing up.
That's right.
Not as big as Jonathan, but getting there.
Hey, we're all a family.
We're all a family. Right. Jonathan's like, listen, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm the one. My Instagram's the one blowing up. What's your Instagram, Jonathan?
Mine is Jonathan Elias TV, and you can find anything you want to know about me on there.
That's right. The man posts a story every 30 minutes,
this
right?
Is true.
You will know exactly what he's doing and where he is every moment of the day.
Times.
There's some funny stuff on there now.
If you ever want to frame Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias for a crime, you'll know exactly where he is and when he was there, thanks to his Instagram story.
This is so true.
That's right. Yo-Yo, that would be the best defense. I present as Exhibit 1 Yo-Yo's Instagram story. He was at nowhere near the scene of the crime.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
That's where it went to my favor.
That's the lawyer.
Right.
Yes, that's the lawyer. I present to you Exhibit number 3, the 4th story in that shows he was specifically in Brooklyn at the time of the murder in the Bronx.
I told you.
And Belgium Kim.
At Belgium Kim TV. And y'all, please, I need to ask you guys a favor that's not fair to ask you guys. I need all of you to peer pressure me, honestly, because I haven't posted in a long time, and the longer that I go, the more pressure I have that my first post out the gate has to be amazing, and that's not true.
Just post something.
So I need you guys to peer
post
pressure
something
me.
today.
Just post something. Why don't you do this right now? Take out your camera, take a picture of something in this room, and post it right now.
Absolutely.
All right? That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
It's happening right now.
All right? So let's see you post something right now,
Let's see me post something right now.
What are you going to take a picture of?
I think we got
Is she going to go left and take a picture of me, or go right and take a picture of Jonathan, or is she just going to do a selfie? What do you think?
I kind of feel.
She feels selfie-ish. It's very selfish to be selfie-ish.
I think we got to go with the best thing in the room. So
There you go.
Perfect.
All right. Are you going to post that?
I am going to post it.
All right, so post that right now, and because I want somebody to tell me how it came out.
But wait, no, I actually really want all of you in it, though.
No, just post it.
Really?
No, yeah, post
Here
it.
we go.
Go it. Post it. All right, post it, and then somebody tell me if it turns out good or not.
I posted.
I posted.
All right, while Kim is posting, I got to tell everybody we're going to answer all your social media questions that we skipped over for the entire week in something we like to call social media check-in.
Our first question is from Scarlett Knight, and she said, if you're filing for a K-1 and the person is Nigerian but lives and works in South Africa and they have a Nigerian passport and a South African work permit, where will the I-29F go?
Nigeria. You go to your country of citizenship.
So are they going to have issues since the orange man doesn't like Nigeria?
Yes.
Yikes. All right, CEO Lex FM saying, hey Brad, USCIS insists you can only inquire about the results of an AOS interview when the case processing time for the particular field office reaches as against the 120 days. Is this true?
What I'm saying to you is you can inquire whenever you want. You can go for your interview today and inquire tomorrow. You can go for your interview this morning and inquire in the afternoon. Nobody's stopping you from inquiring. What I'm saying to you is that the government, from the time of your interview, under rules and regulations, has 120 days to make a decision before they're violating your rights.
All right, Samuel saying, I'm going for my N400 interview, but my 10-year application is still pending. Do I go alone or go with my wife? What documents can I take along?
Go with your wife if you live together, for sure. Prove that you live together. That's what you need to do.
And what documents should they take?
Everything to prove you live together, that you live together and have a financial relationship.
May Mackey says, I'm a green card holder and I filed the I-130 for my minor son in February of 2018. I got the receipt. When can we actually expect an approval letter?
At least a year.
Oh man, Linda Francis saying, hey Brad, a friend of mine and his citizenship interview, or maybe went on his citizenship interview and they asked for proof of his child support. He dropped it off on time, but they said they didn't receive it. He has proof of date and time submitted. They denied him. What's his next step?
Unfortunately, got to refile again.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you can appeal and say, I submitted it, but the appeals take longer than just refiling. When you go to immigration, you just got to go prepared with everything. You always hear these stories when people say, I didn't come with everything, I submitted it back, I don't hear, blah, blah. You just got to be prepared and go.
It seems like that just gives them an excuse.
Correct. Correct. You wouldn't believe how many times we hear this story. I submitted my documents, they say they never got it.
Right.
I mean, do we hear this every day?
Right.
100%.
Right. They already don't want to give it to you.
That's right.
That's the whole point.
You're just giving them a reason.
Exactly, Jonathan.
Sebastian Z said, my permanent resident mom filed for me in 1996 when I was 19. The I-130 was approved, and a few years later, she unfortunately passed away, causing the case to be canceled. Am I eligible for 245I?
When did she file?
In 1996, and it was approved.
Who filed for her?
Mom filed for Sebastian.
How old? Oh, for this person.
Yeah, so he was 19 at the time.
Yes, he's 245I.
I love finding stuff like that out.
Yes.
Great news.
So excited. All right, Fox Racing says, Brad, is it true that USCIS is making the U.S. citizenship test very rigorous by revising the test based on adult education practices and understanding fundamentals, history of USA, and the form of the U.S. government?
They're definitely making it harder. I don't know if it's under those principles or not, but for certainly.
But they're making it harder.
Oh, yeah.
And it was already hard.
Well, it's always that. It was 6th grade history, but now it's not.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Darian is saying that he's actually got the same issue as Sebastian. His 245I was submitted and approved, but then mom never went ahead with it. Brad, how do you think this is going to work out for me?
Mom is alive, or?
For Darian, we don't know. He just says I have the same issue, so we don't know.
Then what 245I is that if you had something approvable in the system prior to January 14th, 1998, or before April 30th, 2001, and were physically present on December 21st, 2000, you can start a new case now in 2019, pay a penalty fee, and get your green card here. So how do you do a new case? Use the old case to adjust your status.
All right, Sammy British saying, follow up from yesterday. So I'm currently adjusting my status. I recently received my advanced parole, which is the travel documents. I went to Jamaica and returned back recently to the United States. Upon checking my I-94 after arrival, my class of admission says DA. When I just arrived, it said it was H2B. A friend told me it means district authority. Is this true, and what is that?
Don't worry about what's the stamp in your passport. You go to I-9. They don't write anything in your passport. They don't give the I-94s anymore. They just write something to say that you were inspected. It doesn't matter what it means. You go online at i94dhs.gov and you can print out your I-94. It'll say H2B. That's the status that you're in. It's not what it's just that they wrote something to say they saw you.
Okay, he also wants to know, how does he write to the Vermont Service Center to inquire about his work permit?
You write them with the case number.
We've got a next question from Faith Walk, who said, my sister recently obtained her visa. It's a B1, B2, and in 2017 she traveled on it once and spent 5 months, and then she went home and returned the following year. But there was an error on her ticket regarding the spelling of her name. Her flight was a connecting one, and so at the port of entry in Charlotte, they stopped her and strip searched her. Ooh. Then claimed she had drugs, which she never did. Her visa was canceled on the spot. She was told she could get a waiver. My question is, could she reapply at another time for a tourist visa? And if she does, would she even get it?
No, because if they claim that she has drugs, they're saying she's a drug smuggler. They're never going to give her a visa for the rest of her life.
Right.
So I would find it hard to believe that they strip search her. They say you have drugs, and she says, "What are you talking about?"
And there were zero drugs on her person.
I would find that hard to believe, but this day and age, I believe anything.
Crazier things have happened, absolutely.
Right.
So what do you do?
I guess in that particular, you would have to get her records and see what evidence they have that she had drugs, and then take it from there. Like if they said, we did like a search of her, and when we I don't know, rolled down her socks, a bag of cocaine fell out, and she's like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even wearing socks, or I don't know, we'll figure it out, but we got to see what they say first.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah. All right, Crystal G saying, Brad, I have a question. I've gotten a text message update from USCIS concerning our motion to reopen, saying, we updated your name on Form I-290B. What does this mean? Thank you.
Updated your name?
We updated your name on Form I-290B.
Well,
so that was the text message.
I-290B is an appeal. So I don't know. I guess they updated your name. I guess that's what. I don't know why they were up. Maybe.
So I mean, they're obviously asking because they don't understand why they updated, or so should they do anything about it?
I think if they don't know what's going on with their case, they should come see me.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out. I'm not sure what that updated your name would mean, other than I've taken it on face value. They're updating your name.
Right.
Why? For what purpose? I have no idea.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
Chewy said, I lost my cancellation and got deported on April 23rd without notice. My attorney filed a motion to reopen and an emergency stay the following day, and I'd like to know if the emergency stay applies while I'm deported.
No, stay means stay. Don't means
don't leave.
Don't leave. But stay really means is that the government is stop doing whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, they already did it, so that stay is done.
Okay, Onika Nelson saying, hey Brad, asking for a friend. Her son came to the U.S. last year. Her husband filed for him, but got denied because he was over 18 years old and put up for removal, but could respond before the date. Anyway, she restarted filing.
Wait, why was her husband denied? Because he was over 18 years old?
No, the son.
Oh, okay.
The husband filed for the son. So it was his stepson. So she started refiling, sent in the I-130. How long will it take for them to reapply, and then should send
3 to 4 years? See, that's why you need a lawyer, because when people do that and they get kids deported and things like that, okay, and it wasn't because she was over 18, it was because he was over 18 at the time of the marriage.
And should she send the I-485?
No, because she's filing now as the mother. She's only a permanent resident.
Guys, do this with an attorney.
So she said, but she says she's refiling the I-130. Should she not even do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Get it in the system.
Okay.
Rama is planning to file for his citizenship, but unfortunately he's got 3 DUIs. What should he do?
Come see me, because we got to see when they are. You may be a person of poor moral character according to immigration, and then you won't get citizenship.
Yeah. Okay. Also, stop drinking and driving. That's maybe the first thing you should do, not passing judgment. But
yeah, keep your life and other people's life safe.
Yes.
Claudine saying, hey, Brad, I got married to my U.S. citizen husband this year. I did my fingerprints, and I received a paper in the mail saying that my petition was denied. Why?
How would I know why your petition was denied?
Magic 8 Ball time.
Yeah. They give you the reason in there. So you gotta read it, bring it to me, I'll read it, and I'll tell you why, and then we gotta fix it. That's more important.
There you go.
Jessica said, I just got married within 90 days, but I was here on a K1 visa. I'd like to know how long it will take to get a work permit. Can I get the social security number first?
You'll get a work permit with the social in about 6 months.
All right, Alia Francois saying, I got an AOS interview. Very soon, I'd like to know if my husband has to take the birth certificate of his 17-year-old from his previous marriage who lives with his mother. The son is turning 18 in September.
No.
Nicely said. What happened if they send your interview date to your previous address and you missed it by 5 months?
You got denied and got to refile again.
Safi wants to know if, while they have a pending VAWA, that they can travel outside of the country.
If you have a pending adjustment along with it, you can get advanced parole. The answer is yes.
Shaka Yang said, Brad Boss.
Yes.
I checked my case yesterday and I got this. As of July 18th, 2019, we are ready to schedule your I-485. So I want to know, why the I-485 before the work permit?
They're just saying they looked at your papers, everything looks in order, they'll schedule it. Everybody gets this in error. Yeah. Just because you get a notice saying they're ready to do it doesn't mean it's going to happen immediately. Ready to do it is, yeah, I'm ready to do it. Yeah, maybe I'll do it in a year from now. You'll probably get your work permit before that.
All right. JJ Walker saying, how long after getting married on a K1 visa to get a work permit?
About 6 months.
Michelle said, my son was approved. Oh, I'm so sorry. Canalisi said, I forgot to ask yesterday if I have to pay for my I-765 because I already do I have to pay for my I-765 because I've already filed the I-485 and the status is pending, and what other forms do I need to file for the adjustment?
You do not have to pay for the I-765 if you paid for the I-485.
And what other documents do they need for the adjustment?
I don't know how she's adjusting her status.
That we don't know.
I don't know how to tell her that.
Lawrence.
All right, Michelle Christopher saying, my son's I-130 was approved since January. How long does it take for the NVC to send his file to the consulate in Barbados?
Well, you got to go through the NVC first with all the packet 3s and the biographic data forms and the affidavits of support and the fee bills. Once that's all done, it should go down to Barbados in a month or two.
Nashika said, if a green card holder filed for his wife, how long will it take for her to come to the U.S.? His green card is just a year old.
Green card holder filed for a wife, it'll take about 3 years.
A. Jones saying, I've applied for the AOS November 30th, 2018. I still haven't received my EAD and it's almost 8 months now. Is this normal? As I've heard you mention, a case delayed is a case denied.
Well, 8 months, nothing, within Trump world, yes, 8 months is pretty normal. Okay, after 12 months, then you can do something. But yes, a case delayed is a case denied. Jill said that to me today too.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
And well, this person quoted you. Put it in quotes.
Yes. It was because I had another quote about traveling from Mark Twain.
Oh yes.
Right, and I was featured in this news article, and I said the quote, but they featured that quote front and center.
Right.
Wow.
And in that news article, you very clearly say it's Mark Twain's
It's Mark Twain, right? But then they put it on the top as if it was my quote, right?
No.
Right? Didn't they?
Exactly.
But then in the small print, I said it's Mark Twain's quote. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, people are going to think I'm like plagiarizing from Mark Twain.
Yikes.
Am I right or wrong, Kim?
100% accurate, Brad. I read that and I was like,
why Brad? Brad didn't say that. Very fancy word, but Brad didn't say that. Mark Twain said that.
Okay, our next question is from Zary Rads, who said, we're getting a lot of 245I eligibility today.
I like that.
I'm listed as a daughter on my parents' I-130 application. Priority date. Date is April 30th, 2001.
Okay.
Am I 245I eligible?
How old was she on April 30th, 2001? Where was she living on April 30th, 2001? Where was she living December 21st, 2000?
I've given to the entire question.
If she was under 21.
Yeah.
And her parents were physically here on December 21st, 2000, or she was physically here on December 21st, 2000, then the answer is yes. She's 245I.
All right, Sanogo saying, after response to the RFE on the I-485, how long to hear from them? They received it today.
120 days at least.
Shelly said, Georgia Green said, if someone came here on a fiancé visa, got married, but did not put in the adjustment, what happens if they're stopped by ICE? Would they be deported?
Very likely. You're out of status.
Thanks. All right, Rudra saying...
but they got married.
Yes, they got married.
But never put in the adjustment.
But did not put in the adjustment.
They should come see me. Because there's something called matter assesse. You can still put in your adjustment.
Ah.
All right. Next one is Rudra Nupain saying, I have a question. How safe is advanced parole?
Very.
Okay, I'm planning to travel abroad with my advanced parole for 1 month, but I'm a little scared since I overstayed my J1 visa.
You can go, but I wouldn't go for a month. 2-3 weeks at most.
Our next question is from Chris OK, who said, when waiting for your 10-year green card and immigration sends you a letter to wait for 18 months, can you use it to travel overseas without having problems in the port of entry back?
Yes, you need to travel with the letter plus the old green card.
Okay, and our next one comes from OBTV saying, I've been in and out of the country from 2016 on an H-2B visa. I found someone in 2017. I got married in 2019. I didn't know about the 90-day rule, and I'm a bit worried right now.
Well, he came in 2016, got married in 2019. That's 3 years later. What does he need to worry about the 90-day rule for?
Well...
Right?
Yeah.
You passed the 90 days, pal, by
like 3
900 days.
Yeah.
I think you're okay, right?
So let's say they didn't pass the 90-day
Then he
rule.
needs a waiver.
He needs a waiver.
But he came in 2016, stayed,
right,
got married in 2019. I'm worried about the 90-day rule.
Right. And it says...
It was only if he got married within the first 90 days.
Yeah, he found someone in 2017 and then got married. Right.
What do you mean he found somebody?
Like he met the person he married. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
No, there's no law that says you're not allowed to meet people. So you can't marry them within the first 90 days. It's like, oh my God, I talked to somebody in the first 90 days I was here. I don't want to freak people out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Mahalia said, I filed the I-130 for my mom, and she lived in Trinidad for 4 years before she moved back to Jamaica, and now she's been residing in Jamaica for the last year. Does she need a police background check for both Trinidad and Jamaica, or just Jamaica?
Any place that you've lived for more than 6 months over the age of 16, you need a police background check.
All right, Kingdom Mindsets. And I would like to know, how long does it take to have a hearing at the Board of Immigration after an appeal?
Sometimes it takes a few months because they just give a one sentence, we agree with the judge. Sometimes it's more complicated and it could take 2-3 years depending on the appeal.
We've got our next question from the wonderful Munchie, who said...
Oh, she's getting me hungry again now.
I know.
Daily Munchies.
I know.
Daily Munchies by Munchie Daily.
That is not a question. Olivia said, I wanted to find out if it's safe for an undocumented person, or rather someone who's overstayed their visa, to travel domestically by air in July with the current ICE raids. Is it going to be safe?
Yeah, well, ICE is not, I haven't seen an ICE raiding Delta Airlines. I think it's pretty safe to travel. I have not seen any reports, or I've not seen in my own practice of law anybody having a problem traveling through the airport. There's always a risk, but the risk is minimal as of now.
All right, Tiana is saying, my husband refiled about 2 months ago after the case was denied, and we haven't received any biometric appointments yet. Does that mean that we're not going to? 2 months ago.
But as long as you got a receipt, it's okay. If you didn't get a receipt, then you got a problem.
Okay.
Mike Essay said, I want to find out if I've got a pending case with immigration. I'm still waiting for my work permit and interview. Can I travel within the U.S. while that happens?
Yeah, look at the answer before.
Okay, and Sumit saying, I have one question. My status for AOS I-485 is updated to case ready to be scheduled for interview.
Go back about 10 questions before.
Okay.
Case ready doesn't mean you're getting it tomorrow.
So this was 12 days ago. So how long will it take from now?
12 days from now, or 120 days from now, or 1,220 days from now. I don't know.
Sheldon said, I'm asking for a friend given that the F2A category is current. Can a VAWA petitioner whose spouse is a permanent resident now file the I-360
Absolutely.
concurrently with the 485?
Absolutely.
All right, Amanda Baldwin saying, I have a friend who's currently in the U.S. on a valid B1, B2 visa. A union job wants to hire him and they gave him a letter of intent. How does he go about getting a work permit or something that will allow him to work in the U.S. legally?
There's no letter from a union that gets you a work permit. That doesn't work that way. You need a job sponsorship.
Dari said during my U.S. consulate interview, is it okay if I interrupt the interviewer to present documents?
We answered this.
We answered the other one as well.
Right, yes.
I thought so. Kelly said, how long does it take for a petition for a P3 visa to be approved?
2-3 months.
Vito said, how do I renew my EAD? Do I have to pay the renewal fee all over again?
If it's based on an adjustment, you shouldn't have to pay for it.
Joanne saying, how long does a spousal abuse take to get a green card?
18 months, 24 months if we're married to a U.S. citizen.
Rishwin said, I'm coming to visit the U.S. soon, and I've been an F1 student in 2015, from 2015 to 2017. I visited the U.S. twice last year, 3 weeks and 3 months. I'm coming back to visit after 8.5 months. Is this a good record?
How long was he in last time?
The last time he was in for 3 weeks, and once for 3 weeks and once for 3 months last year. And now he's going to come back.
8.5 months later.
8.5 months later.
I think he should be okay.
Great.
All right, Shelly Benson wants to know, Brad, if you file in February 2019, when should I get my EAD?
6 months after February 2019 if you did everything right.
Awesome.
All right, so this is what we do. We still have a lot of social media questions left. This is Pop-Up Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Julian, the TriCaster guy, to put 2, 3, 4... let's see how many minutes he wants to put on the clock for a speed round first. And what? This is Pop-Up Friday. Unscripted, Kim. It's unscripted, Kim. What?
Okay, Brad.
Okay, Brad.
We got this.
We got this.
I was about to ask you where we were starting.
Okay.
Where we started. He says...
How many questions do you want, Brad?
4 minutes he's putting up.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So how many can you do?
I will answer 2 questions.
What?
I think that's doable.
2 questions in 4 minutes. No. How many? I'll let you decide. I'll let Jill decide. How many questions? Jill says 15. Can I do 20? She's taunting me. She's taunting me in my ear.
20?
Yeah. She goes, do 15. I don't think you can do 20.
I think 15 is good.
That's 5 in a minute. She says, no way. What is she? Rob J. Roberts in my ear here.
Can you go to Brad for a hot second while I try to talk to
you guys organize yourselves over there. All right, you have 20 questions there, Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
You do. Are we ready to go? Well, they're shaking their head yes. Perhaps no. Maybe. Belgium Kim is pointing somewhere. Jonathan is looking at Belgium Kim like, what are you talking about? What? Belgium Kim is pointing back at Jonathan. They're smiling at each other.
Almost. Got it.
And they got it.
We can, yes, absolutely, no problem.
There's no fire here.
I was in a deep sweat.
There's no fire.
By the way, I was just going to announce everything that you were doing. You were just pointing at each other and smiling. And I'm like, I didn't know what was going on.
I had to figure out what we were going to have.
All right, Marching says I can do 25 in 40 minutes.
No.
Definitely not 25. Don't be crazy, Grandma.
All right, so we got 20 in 4 minutes.
20 and 4 sounds doable.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Does it?
Peggy says, if somebody came here illegally through Mexico and they were deported when they came back for the second time and now he's in prison, is there any way he would be able to stay in the U.S.?
No, he was deported twice.
Omaron saying, I came here in 2014. I'm from San Diego. I like your show. I was registered to vote and I voted twice, not knowing this is false.
Could be a false claim to U.S. citizenship. You got a big problem, Omar.
Rookie said, read the I-131. I'm not in the U.S., so what office should I visit to request a re-entry permit?
You need to go to U.S. consulate.
First Lady says, how long does it take for a FOIA how long does FOIA really take?
If you're asking for a specific document, it could be 2 to 3 months. If you're asking for an entire file, it could be over a year.
Oluwasesan said, how long does it take to get the green card after the case is being reviewed?
I don't know. Could be for a day, could be a lifetime.
Sebastian says, I got an American friend who filed for his brother who lives in the U.S. from Liberia. They came here as a baby. He filed the I-130 by himself without the I-485. Can he still file the I-485 after years?
Yes.
Sweetness said, I got my interview date, but I didn't receive a work permit. What kind of proof do I need to bring to the interview since I don't have a Social Security?
Proof that you and your spouse live together. You could get mail addressed to each other. You could still even open up a bank account without a Social Security number at certain banks. Chase, for example, you can have that. Bills addressed to the both of you, or bills addressed to your husband, a lease. There's lots of things.
Jacqueline saying, I need to know if I'm eligible if my grandpa was a national and a mother a citizen. When I was a child under her custody,
I don't know what
they lived here.
I don't know what a national means. You're either a citizen or you're not. You don't gain citizenship through your mother who's a national. You would gain citizenship through your mother if she was a citizen.
Tamika said, how long is the wait time for the I-45 interview in New York? My EAD and Social Security were already received.
If you're filing in 2019, they're coming pretty fast in about 6 months.
All right, Tonette saying, do I have to pay money for overstaying your visitor's visa?
For what purpose?
Do you have to pay money?
You have to pay money when you file something with immigration.
Tamara said, my son has a pending I-130 and he's here visiting on his visa. Can he stay here and I continue the paperwork?
I don't know if he's over 21, under 21, you're a resident or you're a citizen. I need to know more.
Okay, First Lady saying, my grandmother is petitioning for my brother and my mother, and we did the DS-260. Do we need to do 2 separate forms or just one for both of them?
One for each individual.
She's also listed on there as a primary sponsor, but she doesn't make enough. Do we still send in the information or just send in the information for the person who's going to sponsor them?
Your grandma needs to submit something. The second affidavit of support needs to submit something. And you need to do 2 separate applications, 2 separate affidavits of support. Each person has their own application package.
Carrie said, is it okay if I take my baby with me to my marriage-based interview? I applied for my status change from last year.
Yes, you can take the baby.
Michelle saying, can someone who owes IRS file for someone?
As long as they're on a payment plan.
Dennis said it's been 7 months since he filed his I-751 and 5 months since he received his extension, but hasn't heard anything. What's going on?
It's about 18 months.
Diana says, I'm a green card holder and filed for my husband outside the U.S. We have a baby together. She's born to the USA, and we have Medicaid and WIC. Is that going to affect my case?
Absolutely. It's government assistance, need-based.
Kenny said, if you send your package to USCIS on June 26th and haven't received a notice of receipt, should you be worried?
If 6 weeks later, you should be worried. It's still only a month. Wait another 2 weeks.
Denise says, can a green card holder file for a child that's living in the United States, older than 21? How long will it take to get a green card?
Yes, about 7 years.
Kubeka said, do I have to pay for the I-765 if I already paid for the 485?
No.
LM said, my wife is 40, U.S. citizen.
That's the last one. Go.
U.S. citizen, and I'm 33. She's filing for AOS for me. Will the age difference between us affect the I-130?
No.
Stop
it!
You blew me up anyway?
You deserve to be blown up for
that. I saw 20.
That was the question that I was.
Question.
But we still did it though.
Got it.
But they blew me
up.
Okay, so I misunderstood. I thought when Jenny comes up with 20.
No, that's the beginning of the question.
I thought I answered 20.
No, we've asked 20.
Asked 20.
Yeah.
I thought she pops up that I answered it.
You don't.
You pop up when she pops up. That's the beginning of the question.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I still did it.
You did.
Julie blew me up anyway.
Thank God.
Whew, my heart.
Whew, yeah, seriously, I got.
All right, now that I got blown up, unfortunately, Julian, your paycheck was in my pocket. it also got blown up.
Okay.
Too bad.
Oh, look at that. He does not like that.
All right. So, do we have any comments of the day, or we're not doing them?
No, we definitely have them.
We have them. Comments of the day.
Jelly Bean, can we go in order? We're going in order. Jelly Bean, thanks. Thank you, Jelly Bean. I love you.
All right.
So, our first one is from Scarlet Knight, who says, well, I'm not going to be doing any more work today. Bradshaw Live got my attention.
That's what happens with pop-up. You just don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to be doing.
Her employer's like, Scarlett's done nothing all day today.
Our next one is from, hold on, it's from Fox Racing, and Yo-Yo's gonna read it
Oh
for
yeah,
us.
our next one is from Fox Racing saying, Groundhog Sam, don't eat too many pretzels, too much gluten, not good for your life. Expectancy considering groundhogs only get about 9 years in captivity. Dang.
Incredible amount of marmot knowledge
Wow.
from Fox Racing.
And it's so
You
sad
researched
that Groundhog Sam wasn't even here today to hear that.
Right.
He was off today, Groundhog Sam.
He was in the comments. He's always.
Oh, he was in the comments. He's commenting from home.
Yeah.
He's commenting from home.
You know he's always.
Which is The Office.
Yes,
Right.
that is true.
Home the office.
Yes, because I walked by and he's like, "Hey, Brad, I'm off today. Don't leave me alone."
Wow, he had a little attitude.
Yeah. So I said, "Sam, what are you filming for this morning? You know, for the pop-up." He goes, "I'm off today." It's unbelievable. How do you like my Sam
It's
imitation?
not too good.
We
but-
know for a fact you're not Groundhog Sam.
Yeah, I am not Groundhog Sam. I'm off today, Brad. Leave me alone.
I can't believe we've kept
No
that mystery.
videos today. Took the day off.
Okay.
All right, that's what he said.
Right.
Our next one is from the wonderful Darian Nieto, who knows how to get us to 160, Brad.
What?
I'm going to tell my wife and her weird friends to subscribe.
Wait a second, I don't want the last 160 people to be your wife's weird friends. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, the Brad Squad's really cool,
Right.
and then everyone goes, "Wait, where did these 160 weird people come from?"
It's okay.
No, well,
We
I'm sure
accept
she's
them
not. Their
all.
friends aren't that weird.
Also,
Right.
we would be the pot calling the kettle black if we were anti-weird on
That's
this
right.
show.
That is
Facts.
for sure.
Rewind the last
That's
60
right.
minutes.
That's right.
That is facts. All right, we have one from our famous friend Jeff Bozzi saying, stepped into the truck to cool off and checked to see the best show on earth was on. And there you were, Brad. You were there. Dang, girl. You were there to keep up the great work, Brad Bernstein, and everyone involved with the show, too. Thanks.
That's very nice, Jeff Bozzi.
Right.
Yeah, Kim's a very loud typer.
Yeah.
Isn't she a very loud typer?
She's sending me stuff, and my thing just keeps on moving.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it wasn't the sound. It was the fact that I sent him the next one, and it moved.
The man's in performing, and and you're sending him a new script and we're on this performance. It's like I know you're reading this very, 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 very good, words here.
Yeah.
Here, take that away. Do this instead.
Right, exactly. You know when that happens, Brad?
What?
When you do a completely unplanned, unscripted
That's
pop-up.
right. Now I understand. We have two more.
We've got two more.
Yes.
We've got one from Carol Anderson, the Tiger, who said, Brad, this pop-up show is really great. You get to answer all the questions who didn't get answers, and they get all day. How unique and cool is that? That's
right.
why we love you so,
That's
Brad.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you. She read my mind.
Very nice.
All right, and our last comment of the day and the week
Yes.
is from Rashawn saying, if I see Brad at Rodeo Drive, I'll yell out loud, Brad, I love you!
Who said that?
Rashwin.
That's not who I met on Rodeo Drive.
It might be.
Oh,
I think
so. Maybe that's who it was.
Such a celebrity.
Because when I was in LA with Jill, and we were waiting,
I remember you
right,
said
I told you a quick
that.
story. We were waiting to go to our meeting. We had a meeting at 1, 2 in the afternoon, so we had time to kill. We got up in the morning. We're like, okay, what are we gonna do? So all right, well, our hotel's around the corner from Rodeo Drive. Let's walk to Rodeo Drive. It's a fancy place. So Jill and I just window shop. We don't even walk into any stores, and we're just walking, just meandering, just to, break some time. And all of a sudden, across the street, somebody yells, "Brad! Brad!" And I look at Jill, and I'm like, "Oh, they must be calling somebody else."
Right.
But it was somebody who I watch you on YouTube. You're Chris.
Never doubt the reach of
Yes.
Brad.
Right.
Brad, never doubt.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend. We will see you all Monday at a little after 5:30 whenever Yo-Yo decides to start the show. Take care. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?